Hit the button.
I did. We are live. Don't you see?
Oh, it just kicked on here. I'm sorry. I don't know why they do this to me every week. It's just.
Oh, don't you see?
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Nothing But Answers. A place where we come to give our answers, which are usually the right ones. So you guys in the right place to get the right answers. They're right to us. Okay, they're right to us. So let's start with introducing the gang. Hey Neil, how are you doing this week?
Neil is doing. It's been a week, a busy week. They're not usually this busy, but got it all done.
Okay.
Needed a second cup of Java to get through tonight, but good week. Thanks for asking. Everything's where it should be right now. We're good.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
Doc, what's going on with you? How's your week?
Hey, I had a good week. Yes, I'm feeling like myself. Man,
Okay, that's good.
yes, yes. So I had a really good week. Thanks for asking. How was yours?
I had a good week. Wednesday was kind of crazy, but it was actually insane. But other than that, it was a pretty good week. Um, Again, we're here already. It went by pretty quickly as usual. We're back here already. It seems like the weeks get shorter and shorter. Um, we're here before we know it. So it was a good week. So thank you for asking. And now, last but not least, you don't see them, but they're there. Elle, how are you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. How are you?
Phenomenal.
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 Hello.
Great.
Welcome me. Hey.
Oh, that's great.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
You must have coffee over there too.
Pulling out the big words tonight. Phenomenal. FOI.
You know what?
Yes. Mm-mm-mm.
It's a good week. Any current events anybody want to talk about this week? Do a little something different in current events? Anything?
Nah.
No, okay. You know.
More
Sure
breakups
about it.
around the clock on social
what the-
media, but that's it.
Well, you want to talk to us, Neil? I mean,
No,
hurry.
celebrity breakups is what I'm saying. There's a lot of that going on, but that's the norm.
So it is. It is a lot of celebrity and Ruth. I think what you said was very important. It's the norm.
It is the norm.
You know, we look at it as like it's different, but they're people too.
That's right.
And they have same thing, disagreements, arguments, or things that just don't allow them to continue to be together, which it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely happens. So I feel bad for them. You guys will be all right. Get back in there. Get counseling. Get back together. I think it's so tough to stay together sometimes when you have all that money and you can do what you want to do. Where you feel like I don't have to put up with anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like I don't have to put up with this. I'm leaving. Which is I think we talked about with I think with Jeezy and
Mm-hmm. It was Jeezy and Jenny Ma.
right.
Yes.
It seemed like it was one of them things that it was like you guys broke up for that. Now I don't know if it was the thing like you said she didn't want to adapt to other cultures.
Yeah, on the radio,
Yeah.
that's what they said. That she didn't want to learn more about his culture and the foods he likes, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's tough. That's tough. And I don't know much about the relationship. I don't know how long they were together before, how well they knew each other. But again, it's definitely when you have money like that and you can travel and have fun. Then when you settle down to the actual relationship and you haven't really discussed these things, you just had a whole bunch of fun. I can see it how it can fall apart.
Hmm.
I don't really know you outside of the honeymoon period, out of the fun,
Right.
So I definitely can see
Yes.
that.
And you haven't had those conversations, about what do you
Right.
think about making me some fried chicken every now and then?
And that's interesting. So that means if that's the case, that means she was cooking then. They didn't have a maid, they didn't have she was it sounded like she was doing the cooking, but who knows? We'll follow social media to learn more about what's going on. Speaking of social media, segue. That boy good. See how you did that?
Segue. Good.
Good. Hey, so tonight we're going to talk about social media. We want to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly of it. Social media is something I think just about everybody uses. Some of the numbers I've seen It started around 2005. They said about 5% of people were using social media. 5%. 2019, the Pew research, they said about 70% of Americans are using social media. The younger kids, teens are on like Snapchat and Instagram. Older adults probably YouTube and Facebook, and then the younger kids TikTok. But I think everybody on TikTok too. I see everybody scrolling through TikTok. It's really interesting that they said about 97% of 13 to 17-year-olds are on social media.
What percentage?
97.
19?
97. Yes, 97, which is an astronomical number. So it's about every child is on at least one platform. And they said they're on it for about 9 hours a day. 9 hours. So that's a work day with 1 hour overtime.
Yes. Which means they're on it during school hours.
That's
right.
what I was asking. Exactly.
And they probably, they have breaks, they pop on. Every chance they get, they're gonna pop on. Because you become almost, what we'll talk about later, it's addicting.
Yes.
How many times have you been sitting there scrolling and you look up, an hour went by? All you're doing is scrolling, looking at little clips. Hour goes by. Or just think about, for some, I'm not gonna say any names, take about 3,000 pictures a day and post them.
If we're not saying names, are we saying that they're retired? Do we at least add that part in? They have time on their hands.
We're not calling anyone out. We're saying some people have the ability to have 18 wardrobe changes.
They need a job again.
And they need to become a photographer or a model, because as many pictures as they're taking, it's incredible.
Some people are just entertained by it. That's all. It's just fun.
Well, that's what I mean. So social media has become a big part of our lives. And like I said, we can entertain ourselves. We can look at other things, we can show things. And again, some people do it for likes. Some people don't. Like I know some people just do it because they love to do it. But the problem one big problem we have, people do things for likes. Right? So they may dress a certain way for likes. They may jump off the house and do something stupid for likes. Right? So people are doing dangerous things, eating things, doing things for likes. Likes are really a drug. Right? And people are doing whatever they can to get this drug. And then, it can be rewarded, because if you get enough followers and enough likes, now you can get monetized. So you can get paid for some of this goofy stuff that's going on. So it's always something to do, and it's open 24 hours a day. No matter when you go on, it's there. I would want to see if one of these platforms went down, what would happen. People probably would start rioting.
I think wasn't right?
Wasn't what's his face talking about charging for
I did hear for Twitter.
Oh yes,
Twitter. So I don't know much
what will happen.
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder too. I don't use Twitter that much, so I don't know how influential it is. Right. So I mean, now if he was talking about Facebook or Instagram, I wonder what that would be. We're going to charge now for Instagram. And again, even if they charge something like $1, people would have to buy it. And it's millions of people. They make so much money just getting $1.
People were buying the blue check.
You're right. Yep.
Oh, that's right.
They were buying the check mark. Like, I don't understand it, but
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it, but that's what people were doing.
Right. Especially now that it kind of lost its allure. Before, it was like something you would get for a reason. Like you earned it. You did something to get it. Now, if you can just buy it, it kind of, negates what it used to be. Who wants a blue check at this point when you can just buy one? So they did say that things like suicide are up They said about 50% over the last 3 decades for 10 to 14-year-olds, which is concerning. I think that, parents do have to, parents definitely have to monitor their children on these things. I think people just put them on there and let them go and don't know what they're really, what they're getting in, what they're taking in, what they're learning, what they're not learning, whatever the case may be. They don't know what they're seeing. It could be really sad. It could be bad. Because some of these things are promoting, harming yourself, doing things to yourself, and kids are following it. So it's tough because I think social media is it's a bunch of things that are not real, right? It's not a reality. It's like what you see on there and what's realistic usually don't go together. People don't understand editing. Kids sometimes don't understand editing, right? They don't understand this was edited.
Or filtering. Well, they might understand filtering. For looks. Looks. They might have filtered looks.
But they don't know when I, act like I jumped off this house and I broke my leg. I really didn't break my leg. Or I remember one of the challenges, like an overnight challenge in a store, and some people tried to do it for real and got locked up. It wasn't real. And some adults, they think stuff on TikTok is real as well, or Facebook or whatever. They see these things, they think they're real. So I think we have to, verify these things. And I talk to my daughter all the time, like, I say nothing on here is real. Believe nothing, because everything could be edited, everything could be changed. Don't do anything you see on here. Just talk about it first. Look it up first. Google it. Find more about it before you just follow something on these. Because a lot of these things are skits. They're getting, they're doing it for likes or whatever the case may be. It's not real, and you do it and you get hurt. So we definitely don't. So what are some things you guys see with social media that are? Let's talk about good things. I mean, because it can be good. Let's not make it all negative.
Some are good, and some are good but misleading.
Okay,
I'll say that. Like people who claim to have knowledge or education about certain things.
Right.
And then, they have all these followers and people are listening to them and trying to translate these things to their own lives and use these things that aren't really skills. Because the person, they might be going off their own life experience, or they might be going off of some stuff they made up.
Right.
Or something that worked one time for some one person.
Right. You're right. Some of these gurus, they should kind of say, this worked for me, or this is what I feel, instead of making it as something for everybody. They're like, well, this is what you should do. Well, you should say, no, this would work for me. Or this, like you said, this is what the circle of people I know did. It worked for this small group of people. I don't know outside of the people I know, but in my neighborhood, this is how it goes down. That may not be consistent in other places, right? So that is a problem. You have all these gurus, and anybody with a microphone can try to do what I do and know everything. So, you gotta pick the gurus you want to listen to.
And I say, you still verify the information.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's important.
And I think that's the interesting part of it. You're on your phone watching something. You could just wipe over to Google to see if this is real, fake, or whatever the case may be, and you don't. You'll just take someone's word for it. You'll just believe what they say.
Well, they got 1 million followers, or 50,000 followers, or however many. That makes a difference. I don't even know, but they have so many followers, and if all these other people are listening to them, they must be right.
Your credibility is definitely lies in your how many people follow you.
Your followers.
Numbers.
The more the more credible you are, the more likes you have, even though if you're not saying anything that makes sense. But if a lot of people listen to you, gotta be real. You gotta be real.
And it takes away that theory of, if everybody's doing this, we should do that, and everybody follows right along. It's like, oh, let me jump in with the 10,000.
Yeah,
baffling. It's very baffling to me sometimes.
It's a lot of that blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
A lot of lambs out here just following along with anything. But it shows, like, for the most part, people want to be led, right?
Yes.
Leaders out here, people want to be led. They want to tell them the magical, what's the magic to make this happen? Here's the magical being to whatever it is. Whatever you're looking for, you can find somebody on some of these platforms with the answer, right? And no matter what you're looking for. And that's what's scary, because you can actually search for something you want and find somebody to agree with you. Okay. And then that will give you a group, a community to talk to.
Yeah.
Right. So now you have a community that feels the way you feel, and you can become stronger in whatever you're feeling, no matter if it's, positive, negative, or whatever the case may be. And that's another serious issue with social media, where it could be good, because you could definitely find a show like this show that's great and got pretty good information. Or you can
and then there are the people who do have, knowledge about some things, but then they make it, I don't know, for me it's not palatable the way that they do it, because they make it into a clown show. To me, to me it seems, like, now for me you lost all credibility, because even though you might have the education and the knowledge, I see you as a clown.
Right. And that's because people don't want to just take information. They want to be entertained to information.
That's true.
So I have to talk to you a certain way. I have to say it a certain way. I have to have something playing behind it to make you feel like this is where you want to be.
I gotta have a skit. I gotta
right.
Yeah, it's true. Nobody wants to just sit and be lectured to, or
No.
No.
And it doesn't have, even if it's a program where it's a pretty nice dialogue, if it's not something that's kind of like, edgy or somewhat toxic. Yeah, right. You gotta have a little toxicity in there, like, you know what? I want to get a tattoo tomorrow. So you can find
Don't do that.
What happened?
Don't. That's not what we're doing.
What happened?
We were doing so well. And then people just jump out there and do personal attacks. That's not what
it goes.
Oh, that wasn't personal. I was just saying, I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard that at.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I mean, social media, I think, is good in concept, because it does allow you to keep in contact with people.
I love that part about it.
I wanted to talk about the good parts. Yeah.
Right. If you have people all around the world, you can share something instantaneous on your feed, and they can see it. Which allows you to participate in certain things that maybe you wouldn't be privy to before. Yeah. So there are some good things. It does make the world smaller, because you can contact more people. You can meet people, outside of your immediate area, which is really good. You can talk to different people all over the world. So there are some good things in that,
Yeah, you can connect with loved ones like you never could before.
Yes.
It bridges the gap where now I can see you, and not only can I hear you, but I can see you, see what you're doing. You can show me things, and it's like we're right there together.
Yes. And a step further, Leanne, sometimes you may be able to find a family member.
Yeah.
Right. People, you found a lot, or people find you like, oh, I'm your cousin. I'm your cousin Banana. Like, really? Hey, Banana. How you been?
And that was one thing I loved about social media. When I first joined Facebook, I looked up everybody.
I know, wasn't that? And I thought that's what it was intended for.
Yes.
Initially.
Yes.
Former classmates. I find students I've taught when they were 6 and now they're 30 with their own kids, and I'm like, wow. So in those ways, it was good. It felt good. And then there's the other side of it.
Well, I don't know people well enough to know anyone, so I can't really find anybody. I don't know anybody's name. But then you have people find you. That sometimes is good.
Yeah, and some that you don't want to find.
Right. I just leave them there. If somebody requests me, I just leave them there in purgatory forever. You just stay there. They'll never know if I saw it or not.
Right.
But I won't take them out so they can send it to me again.
I find it interesting that exes try to friend their exes that are in relationships or married.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Like, would you friend an ex?
shot. You gotta shoot your shot.
Nah.
Your shot's been shot. It's like, why? Like,
Hey, you might want that old thing back.
they might not want you. How about that? Please?
Again, this is the point. You send a
Social
message.
media
To see.
could destroy your relationship.
Mhm.
Wait,
That's for
Leanne,
sure.
social media has
If you let it.
destroyed many a relationship.
Sure.
Ah,
Yes.
Again,
From the
it's many.
simplest thing of why did you like that other person's stuff
Oh, I remember.
yes.
to
Instagram.
friending your exes. Yes.
Yeah, when Instagram was first kind of starting and that double tap, and you make a mistake, hit it, and you like, oh, now they know. Yeah, that double tap was serious. Get you in trouble. And then, like, yes, and again, that's the problem. People will stalk your pages as well, right? People see what you're doing. That's another
Yeah.
bad thing. They see what you're doing. They see where you're going. So if you're a person that is always telling where you're at, somebody can find you.
Yep.
They can find you.
Yeah, it
And-
makes stalking
Mhm.
taking
That
stalking
is
to
easy.
another level
Very easy.
Mhm.
to the point where
And something
people
else I learned. I'm sorry, Leanne, go ahead.
it gets to the point where people think they know you
Mm.
just because of your social media posts, where
Mhm.
now they're crossing the line where you wouldn't really do that more in normal situations, but people feel comfortable doing that or asking certain questions, going above and beyond, making comments because they feel like they know you through social media posts.
Very true. Mhm.
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 Mhm. Or they, like I said, they see you so much on there that they feel like you have their friends.
Mhm.
You said hi to them, or you liked one of their posts, and like, oh, she
Right.
must want me. She liked my post. I know what that means. She's sending me messages. Mhm.
I think that's the
Yes.
that's the problem for me with Instagram. That
Okay.
you don't really know. Like with Facebook, you can kind of control it because people have to ask for your friendship and you have to
Right.
agree. So everyone on my Facebook page, I know.
Okay.
Everyone on my
Mhm.
Facebook friends, I know them. But Instagram, it's a different animal.
Yeah, it is.
Now, can your Instagram
Wow.
be private and you
Yes.
control that? Because I think I did put
Yes.
that on there where you can have a privacy setting,
Mhm.
right?
So
Am I
people,
right?
so people can't just follow you. You
Yes.
Right. They have to request. to
that's the
follow.
request.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I learned something new. See?
Yeah.
Am I right now? That's true. 'Cause
Yes.
I had that
Yes.
on
Mhm.
there.
Okay, well, I need to
Right.
do
It,
that.
it depends on your page. Like, I have like one page
Mhm.
open, and then I have one page that's private.
Right.
Just
Well,
'cause-
why you have two pages? What you hiding?
well, one is my fishing page, and it's just for me to keep my pictures there when I go fishing.
No.
Oh.
How you gonna tell me no? I just told you what it was. It's actually gives it
Fishing for what though?
It's
Right.
Mhm. Fishing for what?
Right.
actually Get Fit 205 fishing. So it's just I had to free up space on my phone, so I'm like, I just put the pictures on here, and I'll just use this as my storage.
Hmm.
So, but it's private. No one needs to see the fish unless I want them to see it. It's for me. I don't like sharing everything I do, knowing where I'm going. I don't.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
didn't see that.
not really a thing. I'm kind of big deal on these streets, so I don't want everybody. To know.
Oh,
You know what?
But yeah, to control it as much as you can is another aspect that I think I learned it the hard way when people were just randomly following and saying things, and I'm like, whoa, I need to fix this. I don't know you.
And Ruth, you definitely point out a good thing because people will say anything on there because
Oh,
it's easy to say something in the inbox where I don't really have to deal with you. So I can say it and I can throw a rock and hide my hands. I can say whatever. And all you can do is block me, and then I'm gonna go on to somebody else and stalk them.
Exactly.
And they'll just keep stalking.
Mhm.
It's fine. It might work with somebody.
If they keep trying hard enough. Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
So it does
Yeah, I
give.
see it. A lot of people use social media as a dating service.
Well, think about it. If they said, I think 1 out of 2 dates are made on some type of social media, absolutely. So you can kind of shop for what you want. And I think now I'm thinking about it, it may be better than a dating app because maybe there's more pictures on here. So maybe you can see some pictures outside of the filters.
Right.
Maybe I can see some pictures to see who you were before, you know, before now. Maybe that's why people do it. I don't know about me hopping to anybody's inbox because I think you can get exposed real easy like that. You say some crazy stuff, somebody put the whole feed up there.
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
see that
true.
often.
Obvious, right? Like
And
I
you know
can't
what else
believe.
with social media? People tend to think that they're like bigger than what they are. You know, it goes straight to their head.
Again, go back to them likes. You know, if you get a lot of likes, people must like me. They must be on me. They're liking my pictures. So you know, you start posting pictures to get that attention. You know, and like I said, it can make people feel like they're more wanted than they are as well.
Right.
Like I always like all these people in my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of lose sight of, well, what are they in your inbox for?
Mm-hmm.
If you're promoting yourself a certain way, they may want what you're promoting.
And
Right.
who would you have been without social media?
That's a good question.
Well, again, you're probably the same person you are with social media because it didn't change who you were really from a lot of times. A lot of times it doesn't make you, you like I said, Leanne said, you feel like you're something, but you're really not, right? Like I said, I don't know who's not liking pictures. You know, everybody probably going to like a picture. But again, who's going to keep you? Who's going to make it be something more than that? Like I said, if you're advertising yourself in a certain light, I may like that. Say you're just half naked all the time. You're in bathing suits, and I want that. That's what I want. I want that. That's what I'm liking. I'm liking that. I want that. Not necessarily you, but I want that. That thing behind you. I want that. Make it clap. So, so, and that's the problem. Because whatever you're promoting on there, you're promoting an image of you, which may or may not be you. You know, it may or may not be you. And people may believe every post you post is something you feel, and that's what you think, and it may not be the case, right? Sometimes you may post things, and you may be reposting something, but they may think you align with that, so they can look at you a certain way. Now they see you outside, like you like something, and they may, you know, throw some juice on you or something.
People can't discern the parts that you're just sharing versus, oh, that's about me. Like if I would put up something about, you know, divorce or breakup or whatever, then they're like, oh, she must be getting ready to break up. No, it's information, but they can't discern the two. That's interesting.
Right. Because how could you? You know, I mean, you don't know that person, right?
No, they don't know you.
Yeah. So now they're just going off. They think every post you post, you are attached to. And like you said, you may just be shy. Something might have been funny, or you might be putting it up there for awareness, but they're going to attach it to you.
They do. Yes.
They said, "Oh my gosh, she's getting a divorce."
Trouble in paradise. I mean, she was in that yard too much.
Her tent. Her tent is gone. The tent is. They kicked the tent down.
Me up. Yeah.
But one positive side is it gives people an outlet of self-expression that they wouldn't normally have. It allows you to display your talent or release your passions to other people, and for other people who have passions that you have to find one another and be able to talk about it in a way that you probably wouldn't be able to talk about it with your group of people that's near you now.
So true, yeah.
That's true.
But
so, and that's one of them things that are good and bad, right? Because sometimes we kind of talked about it earlier, where you find a group that aligns with the way you're thinking that may not be something that is more on the positive side. You know, you can find people who are doing, you know, things that out of malice, right? But now you can bond with other people who feel the same way. And now you're doing crazy stuff because these people are like, yeah, we should, you know, do this to these people. You know, go do that.
We should storm the Capitol.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You understand?
That
was
the good and bad.
We were able to use social media to find people who were like-minded, have these little groups that, you know, and people are applying to them, and that they use that to mobilize to do things. Even I think they said they're doing smash and grabs that way.
Yes, I did see that.
Yes, they said they'll post it, and it'll be a random post folks and say, hey, look, we're going here to this place at this time, and it's a whole bunch of people. So it's nobody directly doing it, but everybody just comes together, and nobody really, may not know everybody. So even if somebody gets caught, they're like, I don't know them. I don't know who else was there. They're doing it for that way too. So you're finding people that are willing to risk it all for a Fendi bag.
Yeah.
Kind of like the flash mobs, but the flash mobs was a good thing.
Again,
They just get together and dance.
right.
Yeah.
You definitely have to find ways to do things like, there's so much excitement.
One thing that I've seen that there's so many influencers. That's what they're called now, right?
Yes, they are.
There's so many of them, and it seems like every time I click on my computer, there's a death of an influencer. So I don't know if that's because there are so many of them, or is something happening? Because some of the deaths are suspicious, some of them are suicide, some of them. So it just makes me wonder, why is it so many? Or maybe it's just because it's just so many of them that we don't know. And then when you see something like that, it's like, oh, this influencer passed away today. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, not that I know any of them.
Right.
But it seems like every single day there's some influencer that has died from something.
And that brings up a good point for me, Doc, because it makes me also wonder about that whole competitive piece with, oh, you're getting more attention, you're getting more, influence out there. I might have to taper that down with you. Who knows? Because it's so much. I don't know if it's purposeful or is it just that we're finding out about it, or makes you wonder though.
It definitely does. I think I seen one where the boyfriend was jealous because she started, making money, becoming more visible, and ended up, doing something to her. So she's not here anymore. But he hit her in the trunk and all. That was crazy. But it was really, he was jealous.
The jealousy piece is a big social media problem too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because as Leanne was saying, you put your passions on there. You think, oh, I like to work out or whatever. I'm sharing that. And then there's some people like, here we go, another workout one. And it gets to be, this whole jealousy thing that you didn't anticipate.
Right.
And you might have been just like Leanne said, sharing your passion and hoping to motivate or influence somebody.
And which can knock you off your square. Like, now I don't want to do it anymore. Depending on how thick your skin is, it can definitely make you feel some type of way where now I don't want to do it anymore. Because criticism, they say, the criticism in the comments can be very vicious.
Yes.
It can be very vicious. And I think that's maybe, Doc, to your point, where maybe some of these influencers are maybe doing things to themselves or whatever the case may be, because they're seeing all these negative comments. Because it becomes bad. The bigger you get, then you have more people who just are just really nasty, hateful people who will just say anything to knock you down. And if you don't have tough skin, it can be very, very difficult to deal with that.
Threatening your life, because a lot of times people are coming on social media and saying, well, I was threatened because I said this, or I had this opinion and people are threatening my life.
Right. And again, that's one of the negatives of I think at the football game, last week, the college football game, the one boy hit the other guy and hurt him. It was a late hit or something. But then they went and posted all his stuff on social media, his house address, his phone number, his mom, and they were giving him death threats. And this is, where social media can be used for negative. And it's so crazy that something that could be so positive, but also has the other side, can be very, very negative, and really, can devastate someone's life with whatever they're going through. So it's crazy.
And that is, one of the problems, because when you are on social media, you're giving people access to you.
Yes.
Right. Yep.
Yes, you are. On some level, you're right.
No, on all levels. Like when you push that accept or your page is open, you're giving people access to look at you.
That's true.
Have the ability to say something to you, to critique you. You're really giving them that ability to do that, right? They can compliment. I mean, they can talk about whatever you're doing. in any light they see it, and I don't care how positive you want something to be, somebody can find something negative in it.
Of course.
Somebody can find something to try to kick you down. And, even as your physical appearance, oh, you're ugly, your lips are big, whatever that case may be. And that's something to deal with. And someone says that, and you see a couple comments like that, that could definitely spiral you out of control. That could definitely make you not want to do it, or maybe do something to yourself or something else. Right. So comments are very vicious. And like I said, they said for kids, suicide rate is up, bullying is up. And the tough part about the bullying now, and especially the cyberbullying, you could fix it by just turning off your computer.
Right.
But kids don't.
But they don't do that.
They don't. Even adults sometimes don't do that. You see people arguing back and forth for hours over posts that you both are really have no skin in the game with when you're arguing about it. And that could become problematic.
Yeah. Or you arguing and you are on the same side of the argument, but you're still arguing.
Yeah, you right. No, you right. We both right. Yeah, we right. But
I was right first.
Like, wait, what?
It's
like, what?
ridiculous.
I thought we said the same thing.
Right. In a different way.
Right.
So how do we safeguard the kids? I mean, with restrictions, with age limitations? What do we do?
Again, I guess there's many. For me, I just try to educate as much as possible. All my daughter's account are connected to my phone, so I make sure I read cookies. I see what she's looking at, and no matter what it is, if something's a little left, we'll just talk about it. Hey, we're looking at this. What was this? It was kind of oh, okay. Well, do you know? And I just try to talk about it with it, right? Because I want to invite dialogue, because I know there's things I want her to feel comfortable with me talking about anything. So the only way to do that is by talking to her through these things, right? And if it's something I feel she shouldn't be, I think, look, that's not appropriate. Let's not. I don't think you should be looking. You're a little too young. I'll explain why, and I'll say, I hope you understand. You know what I mean? And you may not, but understand I'm doing the best for you, and yada 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 yada. So it's been a couple of times I've seen her Instagram and she's taking pictures. I'm like, take that picture down. And she'll say, and she's okay, and she'll take it down. And then I'll tell her why, like you ain't got no body, you showing a whole body picture. You want to say you want to just grab him by the neck, right? But you can't do that. You can't do that. So you just got. I feel you try to talk to them, and that works for me, to talk to them, to try to know what they know and educate them as much as possible, because I feel like she's going to get this education one way or another, and I want to give her as much positive information about it than learning from other kids or other people who may not have the full story and she be led wrong. That's works for me. I don't know other people.
Sounds good.
I mean, setting limits too. Setting limits on them, the amount of time that they can have on social media, and also, setting parameters around where they're allowed to use social media. Then you can monitor them.
So, and I agree, but I still look at other kids who don't have those limits in their home. And I have to safeguard against that as much as possible.
Yes.
Because she may not be going there, but they're going there. So when they go to school.
And they're showing her. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Because we have had a conversation. She's like, Dad, they was looking at this and the man had a penis was this big. I said, huh?
Oh my God.
So it takes everything in you to keep your face from being like, I want to, her, don't you?
Yeah. You got to be a,
hands
on deck parent.
Well, first thing is I'm glad she's talking to me about it, right?
Yes.
So that's the win. I won already, because you're coming to me telling me, hey, this is what they were doing, this is what I saw, yada yada yada, right? So then we just have a conversation about it, a conversation around it, and then I thank her for telling me, right? Hey, look, thanks for letting me know that, but you really shouldn't be doing that. So if that happens, you leave the room, whatever the case may be. We have a little conversation about it, and hopefully she'll continue to tell me, and I'll be able to keep up on it. Because again, they did it. No matter what happened, they did it. But she knew well enough to come tell me about it. So I felt like I must be doing something kind of right, because it was 3 or 4 parents in there that didn't know their kids saw a man and his penis is big. Okay.
These kids. Oh.
So in that situation, did you talk to the other parents?
Mm.
The one I did because I knew the one parent,
Mhm.
but they were like, "Come here! Why would y'all there looking at me this?" I was like, "Yeah, they ain't never gonna talk to you again. I don't want to talk to you again." Yeah, that didn't
Yep.
go well. You know,
Yep.
they went right to 100, and I tried to prep them like, "Look, hey, look, what you gonna do? You gonna talk to him? Try not. It's. I know how you feel. Try not to show any emotion." It's like, "All right, yeah, we got it. They didn't have it. I was like, "Oh, okay." She ain't gonna never tell you nothing.
Nothing again. Nothing.
Right. So
Mm.
again, Alex said it works for me. I try to do what works for me. And by having she's 10, you know, it's tough because they're seeing things and their mind doesn't really understand everything they're seeing. So you do have to try to talk to them as that they can understand. You don't want to talk over their heads. You want to talk to them so they can
At
understand.
their level. Yeah.
Right. But it's definitely after you have these conversations, I go scream in my pillow because I can't believe that these kids' innocence is lost.
Yep.
They don't get a chance really to be true children. I feel like I was growing up, you know, we really had to work to see something.
Mm-hmm.
We had to work. They just go on their phone and they can see whatever they want to see.
That's it.
You know, so it's a lot easier for them. So
Mm.
it's like their innocence is gone. At 10, you know things that
Yeah, 10 is young. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know things that I didn't know till yesterday. So
When I was that old, how do they say today? Years old? Yeah.
today, years old.
Yeah, whatever they say.
But again, you know, so social media can be, so we have to use it to our advantage. So we know social media is going to have some nonsense on it. We know it's going to be, all the kids are using it. We know that their kids are inundated with it. So you try to use that to your advantage and know what you got to talk about, you know. And I try to trick her like, hey, you know, look up some math, some math TikToks. Maybe have songs like, you know, 1 + 1 is 2, and then she might learn something too. So you can use it in a good way as well, you know.
Mm. Wow.
I don't know many. I mean, I guess some adults use it in a good way. Some.
Some.
You just see so many on social media that do not use it in a good way.
Yeah, they have no guidelines for themselves at all.
Well, it's tough because, like I say, we're using it pretty correctly right now, right? We're trying to use
Yes,
it as
yes.
positive, right?
We're trying, yes.
Right.
But you're right. When you scroll on TikTok,
Mhm.
I've had to come off. I've had to regulate myself and come off of TikTok because of some of the things my innocent eyes did. I'm like, this exists. This is happening. It was too much in some regards.
You hear this?
There's no restrictions in that way. Seriously.
Well, what is in your TikTok? Because that's in your algorithm. If there's something popping up that's for your innocent eyes,
no, not popping up. But when you're scrolling, right? When you're scrolling, I just ran into a lot of depressed stories where this person's dying in 3 months of this, or you know, it was just so overwhelming for me with some of those kinds of stories, the depressing.
Right. Well, from my understanding, it does kind of learn what you watch. So it makes an algorithm.
If you jump off of it, like, even if you get off of it, once you've seen it, like come up,
it still remembers. You don't go away.
Oh, maybe that's
it's still in your cookies.
Those are the only.
So you will see the same things, right? Things that pop up, kind of like what you're looking, what you have looked for, what you have searched for. You know what I mean? If you search for it, and they said even if you kind of stop when you're scrolling, you kind of stop to look at something, it registers that, and then it can play things of that nature because like, oh, she stopped here for 2.3 seconds, so she must like these type of things.
Which is why when you look at, if you look at one of those like advertising videos, then you see that same product all over your Facebook.
Right.
And it comes up on your Instagram over and over again.
Right. So
like I was just curious, golly.
Right. I was trying to get off of it.
Listen. So it said here that multiple studies have found that there's a strong link between heavy social media and increased risk for depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-harm, and even suicidal thoughts. And that's crazy. That's just from just being on there a lot. Like, because like you said, Ruth, depending on what you go and see,
right, it's in your head all the time. Yes,
right. right, and you're just inundated with this stuff.
And I have made recommendations to patients to not be on social media for certain periods of time.
Okay, and how
You
do they
know,
take it? Is it like a withdrawal for them almost?
yeah, for some,
Yeah.
and for some, just don't do it. They won't do it.
Wow, social media
Mhm.
is more important than their mental health.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's but that's how addictive it is.
Mhm.
It really has
They-
taken over the world. Like people will watch, be on social media more than they watch TV.
Yes. And it is true that, some of the stuff that you see can cause you to be anxious or depressed, or
Wow,
can contribute to symptoms of anxiety and symptoms of depression.
very interesting. So
Mhm.
that means you could actually use social media to combat this anxiety and depression by doing things that are promoting good feelings.
That's a good question.
I mean, some people say that, if they run across like these different mantras or these different sayings, that it does help them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
This
like
this is
positive affirmations, kind
yes,
of.
positive affirmation. Some people say that, they've come across one that or two that have helped them.
Okay.
Right.
But I mean, one or two positive affirmations and 300
Yeah.
negative experiences, like it,
It
you
doesn't.
know.
Yeah, it has to
Doesn't balance
balance.
out. It
Hmm.
Yeah.
doesn't balance out, which
Like
makes
I
it tough.
started watching the baby videos where they are so cute and they're always doing something funny. And I think in that way you get a different wiring for yourself.
Mhm. That's why people love the cat videos.
Right. But I love the baby videos.
Are those really things? Cat videos and baby videos?
Yes.
They are now.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I mean, I would like a good like baby falling down video.
I mean, all kinds of they're dancing, they're learning to walk, they're singing. Oh yeah.
And a lot of the well, not a lot, but some of the anxiety and depression comes from the comparison that we alluded to earlier.
Mm,
Okay.
The comparison of yourself to what you're seeing,
true.
Right. Right.
and feeling like you're falling short, or you are not good enough, or not, doing stuff well enough.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
That's a problem.
The
Yep.
keeping up with the Joneses has really been put on steroids because you see it so much.
Hmm.
I need. How can I do this? I want this. Got you.
And not realizing, like you said, Daryl, that a lot of this stuff is fake.
Right.
So you see somebody who just bought $1 million house, or they just, bought a $200,000 car, and then you're like, dang, why am I not there? I'm such and such an age. How come I'm not
Mm,
at
Hmm.
that point yet?
Right.
And
But
it's like they are standing in front of somebody else's house
right. 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 Right.
or someone else's car, or
Mhm.
they rented it.
All kinds of things.
Mhm.
Or not showing the other side that there's no heat in that house.
Right.
Or or you're
Right.
hungry, you didn't eat that week. They don't show that balance. So yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
You need
Wasn't
the
there a
whole
song by, I forget who it was, that maybe the Big Timers, where they talked about the expensive car that they got, but they always on E.
Right.
exactly.
It's in the spot all the time, and you
All the
drive.
time.
It ain't
Can't move
moved.
it. Can't afford to move it. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. Social media is
Yeah, I
actually.
think you have to you have to use some discernment when you're looking at that stuff, especially if already have some inferiority things going on, or you already feel like you're not where you want to be in life. Social media is not the place for you.
It certainly
Right.
is.
Right.
Mhm.
It definitely is not the place for you. But I think that, I mean, they need to do like a test for people to get on social media. You need to see if you're ready for it. You can't just let everybody get on. Everybody's on, and they're not ready for it. Especially if you're a guru, I think there need to be something before you just can be on there just giving advice. It should be like you got to do a class or something.
Something. Because it can be destructive.
Right. Oh, that okay. So I thought somebody said hello. I think that was an echo.
That wasn't it.
So I think social media is pretty much we didn't social media the media.
What was that?
We didn't social media the media. We didn't talk
Oh
about it.
yeah, we done talked about it. Talked it.
I mean, we didn't
Instagram.
killed it. Social media. It's a great thing. Now, I want to talk about some of these posts because this post about the haircut. Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah. So it says, I want to get my hair cut. The guy said, can you give me $50? The girl says,
Oh yeah, that one.
wait, are you serious? He said, yes, babe. She said, you have a full-time job making loads of money. Stop playing, boy. He says, and you got a full-time job making good money too. Yet I'm always paying for your manicures, right? She said, babe, what got into you? You're supposed to pay for my upkeep. I'm your girl. I have to look good for you, right? You sound weak asking me for money to get your hair cut. You want to be head of household. Thank you, Leanne. Leanne is the best. You want to be head of household, but asking me for money? Stop playing. Doc, what's going on here? Is this they're in a session in front of you, and this is what was said. What are we doing here?
Well, first of all, I want to know what each of their ideas are about a healthy relationship, about a partnership, because obviously
Okay.
they didn't have that discussion.
Mm.
Right.
So,
So,
does
even
a
from some of the
partnership mean that because I'm the woman, you do things for me and I don't do things for you because that means you're not a man?
Mhm.
right,
I mean, he obviously didn't know this before they got to the point where they are.
right.
Because it sounds like maybe this was the first time he asked her for money because she seems like, whoa, where did this come from?
She's taken back after she's been taking all his money.
Yes.
And that's that's the part that throws me. And Doc, you kind of said it. In this partnership, what does this partnership look like? And it doesn't look like a partnership to me. It looks like a sponsorship. Okay, he's sponsoring her, and a couple people agreed with her, and they felt like a man should take care of them, and I think finance equal leadership. They can only submit to a man who's financially stable and can take care of them.
And it sounds like he is financially stable and he has been taking care of her. That's what it sounds like.
That's what I heard. I heard that too, Doc.
It did sound
and it seemed like, and someone said, you know what, maybe he was kind of testing her because maybe he felt she was this way. Because maybe he was doing. And that's why he said, hey, let me get the $50. I've been taking care of you, and she just couldn't do it. But and that would be my concern because I think, like I said, I want a partner. I want someone that I can, if something happens, I can fall back on. Like you got me, I got you. We got each other, right? And then we're putting everything together to get something better or do better. No one should, for me, like I said, and again, it may work differently for other people, but for me, I want someone that I can work with, and we can work together, and we can make something better. And no one is riding anybody else and riding them into the ground. Like you got to do all this, and I don't know what they're doing. Right. Cause I still want to know what he's paying for. If he got to pay for everything, for her time and everything, well, he has time too that he's using. So I don't know what he's getting. And if we're speaking traditional, I mean, what does a traditional woman do? What does that look like? Somebody tell me. Can anybody update me what a traditional woman does? I know she don't need shoes.
It depends on what you mean by traditional. Now, if you're talking about what women did way back in the day,
right.
Okay, they stayed at home and took care of the house and the kids, and did whatever her husband wanted her to do when he came home.
Because he
That's
paid
how
the
it
cost.
was.
Right. So that's what I mean. If you're looking for that, I think if you're asking for the man to be traditional, and he's supposed to do that. Okay, I hear you. Just take your shoes and throw them in the trash. You don't need them.
You should be barefoot.
That was
You don't
funny.
need You're not gonna need them.
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna need them. You know what I mean? That bank account you have, put it in his name because you're not gonna need it. Right. So we have to figure out what we want, and it can't just be one-sided. Right. Now, if it works for you, by all means, do that. Like I said, that's why I said it works for me. If you have a relationship where one person's taking care of the other person, and that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's wrong for me.
But
You
like
know,
Dr. saying, that has to be decided in the beginning.
Yes,
You have to make an agreement, and you also have to talk about if things change for some reason or another. Just that initial agreement may not be able to stay in place.
Right.
You know, what if somebody loses their job, so forth, you know?
Absolutely.
When we started out and had no money, guess what? We agreed that I would cut your hair. And men don't let you cut their hair. But guess what? That's the teamwork. I knew how to cut hair.
I don't know.
So I'm going to cut your hair and save you that money and save us that money. How about that?
Seemed like that was a dictatorship.
That was our agreement. No. See, Daryl, you always go there when it was discussed. It was discussed and decided.
Yeah, it was discussed like this. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Like, all right, whatever. Did the conversation end like this? Did the conversation end like this? All right, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. You want to cut it? Cut it. All right, go ahead.
No, the conversation was, I think that I'm going to trust you to that. I think you're good at that. I'll give it a go. And if it works, we'll continue it. And it continued for 30 years.
Hey, fellas, man, I'm tired of arguing with you. Look at my hair. I got to sneak out the house every week to get this stuff fixed.
For 30 years.
Marcus didn't do what he wanted, so I did it. So there. I can't win with that.
Yeah. I wanted it low on the side and high on the side. That's how I wanted it. That's just how I wanted it. Thank you so much.
It worked for us, as you said. It worked for us. It saved us money we didn't have in the beginning.
No, I get it. Yo, listen. And Ruth, you're right. We have to do things that work for you, but that discussion needs to be had. And I think you're right, Doc. It doesn't seem like the discussion was had here because obviously she was like, "Oh no, boo boo."
She sounds surprised.
She said, "You make a lot of money.
You
make a lot of money. Don't ask me for $50." So, and that would be challenging for me because I would feel like if I did lose my job, where's your respect for me? You know, if I can't provide like I was before, where's your respect for me? I get sick, I miss work. Where's your respect for me if it's based
or support?
Right. Yeah, right. That's what I mean. It's because it's all based out of what I make. So now if I don't make that, then is your support withdrawn from me? You know, do you not respect me the same? Because I'm not there. So
And it sounds like she doesn't because she said he looks weak.
Right. And that's very interesting. Because how did I go from paying these things looking strong and masculine to asking you one question? Now I look weak. Run, brother.
That, you know,
Run.
wasn't decided on.
Well, I think she thought it was decided because it was happening, right? Sometimes we get into this mode and we do things and that becomes the relationship. And one times things were outside of the scope. It wasn't even like it was a conversation that they had about it. It wasn't a constructive conversation. Like, look, I need to, okay, you need it. Why? Okay, I got it. Was like, you better let your hair grow out so you get the money. You know, it wasn't even a constructive conversation, which to me doesn't promote someone I would want to be with. You know, I just like, no, I'm good. I'm cool on that. You know, because we need to be partners. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, the post that interests me the most.
Okay, got about to say I need another one. Thank you, Leanne.
Yeah, was should a man consult his woman before cutting his beard? And the answer is absolutely yes. The answer is absolutely yes.
Wow.
Like Leanne definitely speaks for a population out there subset.
You have to consult.
So again, his beard, his body. He doesn't.
Right.
No.
Huh.
When you and I became one, we became we. That's our beard.
Yeah.
Our beard.
That is
Our
ours.
beard.
And you're
Wow.
laughing, and she's 100% serious. Like,
Yes,
this is not
I
even
think
a
she
joke.
is.
Well,
This is not even a joke.
absolutely.
Well,
It's
Leanne,
serious.
does he have to ask you to cut your hair? Did
Yeah.
you get permission?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, if it goes both ways,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
I'm
good.
hearing you then. Okay.
No, it doesn't. Just because you are okay with that doesn't mean I'm okay with it. What you mean? It's not permission. Like, well, I do it. You gotta do it. No, you can do what you want to do. I don't think I need to have to check in again. My beard, my body.
That works for them, remember?
I don't know, Daryl. If you started seeing someone with
Right.
and you have those nice long locks, and you say I'm gonna go cut my hair off, that might be a problem for the woman because she might like long hair. So you might wanna have that conversation.
Exactly. That's why I would
Yeah.
consult before I
Hey.
cut.
Fellas, listen,
Okay.
pay attention,
Mhm.
fellas, to the hypocrisy that's going on right now.
Well, that's a good
If
point.
you're like,
Right.
hey, babe, I like a woman that's a little more covered up. Oh, don't tell me what to wear. my body, I wear what I want to wear.
But you
But-
false advertising if you came to her, like Doc is saying, with all those locks, and then all of a sudden
Wait a
she
minute,
goes in the bathroom and you just have shaven head. What's she supposed to do with that?
Okay, so we got false advertiser and over advertising. You got over advertising. You over advertising. You got me already. You got me. I ain't come back again. Why are you out here butt naked? Could you cover up a little bit for me? But
I
you wear
call
around
that
my
false
beard.
advertisement.
So
Mhm.
so I can't take it off. But I mean, yeah, I can't take it off, but you guys can put it on. We're in an impasse, right? You guys can't put on clothes.
No,
Not
I
gonna
mean
take
we
your
gotta
hair
go one for one. We gotta go one for one. Hair for hair. I won't cut my hair. You don't cut your hair.
Hair for
We
hair.
gotta go hair for
Nonsense.
hair.
I like that.
Clothes for clothes. You
Clothes-
dress the way you want. I dress the way I want.
I'll wear my hair the way I want. This is ridiculous. I'm not even having this
No,
conversation.
you don't. That is our hair. That is our
Yeah, I agree
beard,
with
our
that.
hair.
I agree with that.
Fellas, this is why the world is so crazy. The hypocrisy of one group of people is amazing. It's at an all-time high.
Yep,
I can't
he's
believe
right.
they will say
He's right.
in one breath that we have to check in, but they don't.
No, we both do.
We both do. Like I said,
Mhm.
hair. If I wanted to cut mine, I'd ask you. If you want to cut yours, you gotta ask.
That's fair. That's
Man,
fair.
you got to ask, fellas. You ain't grown. You got to check in first.
No, because not that you're not grown, but when you come to the relationship in a certain way, your
That's
partner might
courteous.
expect you to be that way.
It's courteous at that point. Mhm.
When I came to the relationship, I had 3 Johns.
You know what?
Can I
Here we
can I expect
go.
to be that way?
Here we go.
Again, in a
We
relationship,
are
you're supposed
only
to change.
talking about physical appearance.
That's it.
Okay. So if your appearance changes in a way I don't like it, can I leave?
No, but we can talk
Some
about
people
it.
justify
You
it.
can't just leave.
Some people
about
justify it. and say, yeah.
Leanne said if I cut my beard, that she leave it. So I'm just saying.
Well, that's true. Leanne's not playing with that.
No.
Leanne said if the beard goes, she goes.
So
So
you
I
know that
don't
going
know.
in with her. Yes.
This is
But this conversation is why, I do, and I know my opinion is probably unpopular with women. I think that, if you have done things to yourself, or I won't say that. If you're presenting yourself a certain way
Mhm.
when you first meet somebody, if they ask you about it, you should be honest.
Mhm.
or could along the same lines, could you cover up? Meaning I may have met you with your cheeks out, but now when I'm with you, I don't want you to be there.
Now, see, if you met her with
You
your
met her
cheeks
with
out,
them out?
you can't
That's
be
right.
expecting her to put the cheeks away.
Right. Right.
No,
Can't be
wait,
expecting that.
stop. When we meet people, we're a lot different than we get into a relationship. We shouldn't be so if I meet you and I'm still doing what I was doing before I met you, that would be problematic.
Mhm.
So when we get together, we should change somewhat, right? We should, out of respect for each other, because when I was out here by myself, I moved a lot differently than I moved than when I was with someone. So I think I should it should be a different respect I should have for us now.
But that's a conversation because she might not feel it's disrespectful to have the cheeks out. That's why she was out there with the cheeks out in the first place.
This is why she need to be under my tutelage. I'm here to teach.
You don't need a teacher.
You don't need to run around here naked anymore.
Maybe she doesn't consider it naked, like Doc is saying. Maybe that's her type of fashion. That's her style.
If your butt is out and you don't consider that to be naked, okay.
That's her style.
Okay.
It attracted you. It attracted you.
She had the cheeks out, but she had the sheer thing covering it, so she didn't feel like that was a big deal.
It wasn't. Now you're gonna have some pants covering. Like I said, and it's crazy because we can't with a beard. It's like, no, we need to talk about it, and you need to tell me. And it's like, well, no, I'm not putting no clothes on. I don't care what you say.
Because you're talking about apples and oranges.
No, we're talking about asses and beards.
Wait. So that's A's and B's. We're talking about A's and B's here. Keep it straight.
I'm just saying. I just feel like there's something going on that doesn't make sense to me, and I don't get it. I just don't get it.
All right, so let me ask you this: if you met someone and she had all the things, she had the long hair, the big boobs, the big butt, but you take her home and it all comes off. Are you still, you know, are you still feeling the same way, or would you want her to just keep it like that because that's what you thought it was?
Well, today, it is anyway, usually. So we're just kind of getting used to it. We're getting used to lied to. Matter of fact, usually the picture that we saw online ain't the picture I seen in real life anyway. So we get used to y'all lying.
So you would want her to keep the lie going? That's what she's asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Would you want her to keep it going?
Answer the question.
Well, I'm answering the question. No, because we're not going to talk anymore. Once I see everything come off, I'm off. I'm out. We ain't going to get to a second date. What you mean?
Exactly. And that's why if the beard comes off, I'm out.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
What if you really, really like him, Leanne? Let's talk. What if you really like everything else about him? Let's talk. The beard is a deal breaker? Seriously?
Yeah.
This is Shallow Hal, okay? Shallow Hal over here.
She paused for a moment, so I think she did think about it.
I thought about it.
She thought about what it
I
would
mean,
sound like
okay,
she said yes.
if we're married and then you decide to do it, then it's not like I'm going to divorce you. I might think about it, but I'm not going to do it.
Everything else worked in their marriage. They write in no beard. That doesn't sound right here.
That goes in the prenup.
Yes,
That's it.
Larry, I get it. I mean, I don't know. I think that
people like what they like.
They do.
Right, and you can. So
I mean, just because you can't grow a beard, you don't understand. I understand that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
got me cussing over
Funny.
there.
Whenever we have this beard talk, he's doing this constantly.
Yeah.
You have really ruined him with this. Stop. You've ruined him.
Don't. I know y'all hating on this full beard. Don't hate on me.
He pulls at it when she's
Hey,
talking.
I'm telling you, when I get one of them fake Beijing beards, don't say nothing. I'm gonna get the whole Philly beard. I'm gonna have the whole thing, killing them.
We're gonna take you swimming. The minute we see a full beard, we going
Swim
swim.
time.
Fella, see the hate we have to endure for doing what they've been doing for ages. We get this.
Ooh.
This is terrible. I can't believe it. Listen, fellas, it's your beard, it's your body. You do what you want, fellas. I'm looking right at you. You don't have to check in with them. Just like they want to go out wearing what they want to wear, and we have to accept it. Or actually, everybody cut the beards tomorrow. Let's cut your beards.
No, that's not advisable. That's just not advisable.
This is cut your beards because this is ridiculous. It's you guys are very hypocritical. I don't understand why women are this way. Men are not like this.
That
And
is so.
I
Whoa,
think
what?
That is so.
Right?
we're just not hypocritical like this. You know, we just,
Man, oh man.
you know,
Okay.
So one of the posts, I don't know if you guys saw my post yet. It was a post that I saw in another group
Mhm.
where the woman is writing in because her husband is grieving his mistress.
I don't think I saw that one.
So the
Yeah, I
mistress
just saw it.
died, and then the wife found out she was the mistress because her husband was so distraught. And she was writing about what she should do because her husband is grieving this other woman. And she was saying she can't really support him. She doesn't feel like she can support him through this. I
Nor
thought
should
that
she
was
have to.
right. I thought that was
Wait a minute.
Ain't
They
no wait a
married?
minute.
They're married. Yes, no, maybe so.
they're married.
Marriage,
So
she said.
it depending on what your beliefs are and what vows you took and how you're going to stand by them. You
My
gotta
beliefs and
your man.
vows are never no. Nope. Nah.
You got to
Absolutely
stand
not.
by
Oh,
your.
well, no, because he didn't stand by his vows. Let's back it up.
Exactly.
He didn't stand by his vows.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes, you're
Everybody
excused.
makes mistakes.
See,
Give
here
me-
go the hypocrite.
Right, yes. Here
Hypocritical.
it comes.
You know what I'm saying?
What's hypocritical about someone making a mistake
No,
and you loving them through it?
no.
Wow.
No.
You love them through it. So if it's not till death do us part, I'm confused. Marriage
It's
is
not
death
till death do us part.
do
It
us
should have
part.
said until you went in there outside the marriage.
Or until I kill you, and then it's death due.
Yeah. Well, at least
That was some of the comments under
Yeah.
the post. People saying I would make him join her.
Right.
Stuff like
Then
that.
you won't be grieving.
but I think I mean it's really well again. It sounds like she's trying to stay there. It sounds like she's trying to be there, but she's trying to find a way to support him,
Yeah.
but she can't because now she's also dealing with finding out that he had a side joint that he's really distraught about that is not longer here, and you're taking away from our time. So it sounds like she was looking for a way to do
Yeah.
it. And I say, you stand by your man, girl. He made one mistake. He's probably a good guy.
Well, then we got to go to therapy and talk about all these emotions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I would be done. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be out.
I was about to say, it's divorce court. Here we come.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know you going. You going over the beard. We
Yeah.
established that
Oh,
the
yeah.
beard is enough for you. So you go.
I'm like, hey, you know,
Wait a minute, he done cut his beard and he got a side
Oh,
joint.
he is done.
What?
All I
We be
know-
looking for him.
all I know is I would be like, hey, go to the funeral. I hope everything's okay. And when she came back, the locks would be changed. Her stuff be out on the lawn. Hey, good luck with it.
Oh my.
Ain't no way. Absolutely no way. That's
Mm.
insane. It
No,
doesn't
he'd
even
be a
make sense
missing
to me.
person under the bridge. I can't.
You know what? I don't think I would go there because, like, you a fool. You over here broken up by, so y'all go be with her. I'm good. You know, it's not even at that point. Me doing something to you ain't gonna help because you gone. You know, you gone already. You so
Mhm.
gone. You so distraught. Cool. Hey, hope you work that out. But I'm out. You know. Well, you're out. I ain't
Mm.
leaving. You did this. You know. So yeah, I don't got time for that. I'm trying to be happy. Happy vibes.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
And women didn't understand this question. They said, "Why do older men date younger women?"
Mm.
And I was confused because that means younger women date older men.
Yes.
We could ask them the same question, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
who's asking this question? Older women?
Who did ask that question? I have no
Oh, probably
idea.
me. Probably me.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
me.
it was you.
I seen it somewhere else.
Yes,
But I
sir.
mean, only person to be mad at it, only person to be asking that question would be an older woman. Sound like hate to me.
Or a younger man who wants someone who's dating an old man.
Oh, right. No, that makes sense because I remember as like a freshman, I'm like, why y'all want them older men? I was there. Like, why y'all jumping up there to the right?
Yep.
Right. So it could be.
Mhm.
Okay. See, Doc, look at that. That's why I have you on because I didn't see it that way. Doc, open my eyes up. See, change the way I looked at it.
Goodness for Doc.
Mhm.
And then does this really happen if you're in a it said why do people in a happy relationship still cheat on their partner? Are you in a happy relationship if you're cheating?
Well, that's what I wrote. Is it happy? How are we defining it as happy if they're already cheating?
I think that's the question. Like, how do you define happiness?
Right.
Mhm.
Because cheating doesn't
I've seen people say, who've had infidelity. They said that there was nothing wrong with their relationship.
Mm.
So
right.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think somebody even said it in the comment that it's almost like an instinct, like an animal instincts to
Hmm.
procreate. So sometimes
oh yeah, somebody did say that, and they said that that's why women can only have babies
Oh,
once
yeah.
every
once
9
9
months,
months.
but
Yeah,
men
see.
can impregnate a woman every day for 9 months.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Mhm. I saw that. Mhm.
yeah, I don't think that's true. We have to replenish our sperms. I don't know if we could do that. That's
Well, somewhere near
But do
that.
you need more than 24 hours?
Right.
sounds good. I think so. I don't know. I got to look it up, but
I
I
forget the statistic, but
When you
Yeah,
have 2 and
true.
3 side Johns, it would balance
yeah,
out.
right.
Yeah, I'm about to say, nah,
You're doing it anyway,
if I have a
right?
good-
Yeah, your numbers are doubled or tripled.
nah, but if you have a good night, you see 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. You can't just jump back in the next day.
Oh.
You need some Gatorade and some icy hot and some ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen, why?
That thing hurt. That thing hurt from going up and down. All that it hurts.
Slow it down.
Yeah, it hurts. You be like, please don't get hard again.
Slow it down.
Y'all don't know about that. You be like, ooh, it's going. Oh, it hurts. It's crazy. Yeah, sometimes, woo, it's a muscle. It gets sore if you work it out too much. It's like you went to the gym, you work it out too much,
Oh, Lord.
it gets sore. That's what happens.
Put some Bengay and keep it moving.
We ain't putting no Bengay on it. What are you talking about? Well, we not. Hey, if you put Bengay on it, Bengay gonna be moving.
Bengay
Well,
on
you
it.
moving.
Bengay on there. Keep it moving. You good?
Yeah, you put some Bengay on it if you want. You gonna be moving all right.
If it's a muscle, as you said.
I remember running track one year and I had a groin injury and I was putting Bengay on my groin and I kind of nipped. And I'm like, did I hit it?
Yeah,
don't think I
you would know.
No, I didn't think I hit it. I don't think I did. I thought I did. And then you start 5 minutes, you start feeling a little tingle. Like, man, that thing went on icy red hot. It was on fire. I was in the little bathroom trying to wash it off with water and soap. Oh man, it was burning me up.
So Bengay is not the answer.
You can't put it down there. That's not good.
No Bengay. All right.
No Bengay.
Oh my God, that is
trying to do
hilarious.
somebody dirty. Bengay.
He's trying to mess up your role here.
Yeah, you trying to knock somebody out the game for good.
Oh, I like this one.
got?
What advice would you give to a person that is falling in love with you?
Aren't you lucky?
How did I miss all of these? I don't remember that one.
Ruth, I need you to get on the game.
I'm trying to limit my social media, remember?
Well, Doc and Ruth be like, I'm married.
We sure do. Like, we can't answer this stuff.
Kind of
Yeah,
simple
right?
for them. And
Yes.
Leanne would be like, you ain't got no beard. Don't even do it to yourself. You ain't got no beard. That equals no chance.
Oh my gosh.
That's very. That was interesting. Some of the comments people put. Somebody said, "Enter at your own risk." I was like, "Uh-oh." I didn't know what that meant. I'm gonna leave it alone. I was like, "Enter at your own risk." That was crazy.
What was the question again? How do you know if somebody's in love with you?
No.
No. What advice would you give to a person that is falling in love with you?
What advice would you give? Okay.
Right.
Don't screw up.
That's a good one.
So the one I really was. Can you find the one with the child support?
Yes.
That one was kind of really interesting, and I respect everyone's point of view. I disagree with most people.
The 24-year-old who they was asking if his mother should give him.
Yes. I can't remember how it was worded, but I thought that was a very good question. And I see, I guess I kind of see both sides. Yeah, ladies, I have a question. My son is 24 years old. His dad never did. His dad never did anything for him. Seen him maybe 5 times. I put him on child support and he never paid. So it was up to 163,000. Let's say I receive a check. Whose money is it, mine or my son's? We had a debate about it, and I told him, if you don't get his ass out my face with this BS talking about all of the money is his. I said, it's mine. I did everything for you, and if I decide to give you some, you better be happy. Was I wrong or right? So what do we think? What do you think, Neil?
You know, I didn't answer that one on there. I have to give that some thought for a second.
She right.
You said let Leanne go before me. I'm
Leanne said she was right. Okay. And tell me why, Leanne. What do you think? How are you coming to that conclusion?
I mean, because it's a 2-person job, supposedly. And if she puts up her half, he's supposed to put up his half. And he wasn't putting up his half, so she getting reimbursed for the 100% she put up. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Yes, I see how you worked it out. Doc, you on board with that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the same thing. You know, she did it. She did all of it.
Same thing
By
I would say
herself.
if it was a single man.
Yes, she did all of it by herself. And you know, if it was me, I would definitely give some of it to my son.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
just because I would want to. You know, I would want to. But the bill has already been paid. You know, the bill's already been paid.
So it's reimbursement at that point.
So it's reimbursement.
And I'd like to say, I think I agree with these ladies now that I've thought more about it. Because again, she did it on her own. Where's her reimbursement? But giving the son some of it, because when he was younger, you know what I mean? Yeah, give him some as an adult to help his life as well. But that's at her discretion. You can decide how much.
Because we don't know. He's 24 years old. We don't know if she had put away money for him for college and all the other things. Yeah.
That she had to make happen.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. That has nothing to do with it, right? So for me, I feel it's child support. I feel that you take care of your child. You do what you have to do to take care of your child, in whatever situation it was. And if this money comes later, it's still called child support because that's what it is. You don't get reimbursed for taking care of your children. They're your kids. You do what you have to do for them. That money is for that child, for the rearing of that child. So if it was called like, you know, child payback mom support or payback single dad support, maybe that'd be different. I think it's made for the child and it should go to the child because that's who the money was made for.
Well, at this point, he's no longer a child. And in addition to that,
real fast, did that take away from it being from his money? That he's no longer a child?
Yeah.
How? It was his as a child. He didn't get it as a child. He's getting it now.
He did get it from my hand. He got all of what was due to him from my hand. Because the money that was going to be given to him from his father was going to support and help me rear you. So that means that money was going towards groceries that I foot 100% of the bill for.
You're supposed to. You're supposed to.
You're not supposed to foot
100%
of a bill. It's a 50-50 situation.
It's
no,
never
it's
a 50-50
not.
Situation.
It's
never a 50-50 situation. If it was a 50-50 situation, he would have been there to do it. Obviously, he wasn't to do it. So did she only do 50% of the job? No, she did what she had to do for a child. It's like any parent's going to do. You're going to do what you have to do for your child independently of whatever. If he kicks in, if he doesn't kick in, if she kicks in, whatever, it's going to get done, right? This money is still child support. It's for the child. It's not for, to me, not for the mom to repay her for doing what she did. She did what she's supposed to do, or the dad, like I said, single mom or dad, doesn't matter. Whoever's doing it, you have to do all you can for your child, independently of anything else. If this money comes, it's still for your child. It's still child support. It's not child supported. It's not past.
So he get double, basically.
He's supposed to get double because all the money is supposed to be for him anyway.
How it come out to.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Just like if he has 2 Christmases, right? He's supposed to. That's what happens when the home doesn't go well. The child gets double. They get whatever mom gets, and they get whatever dad gets. That's what happens, and that's why I look at it. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong the other way. I hear what you guys are saying. I just believe that's still the child's money. You know, I don't care if it was man or woman, single. You don't get repaid for being a parent. You know, I'm not gonna look back later. Well, I did this and you didn't help on this, or you owe me. No, it's not that. I did what I have to do to take care of my child, which is what all parents should have to do. Now to say I need to be repaid for what I did for my child, to me, is insane.
But it's not, I don't think it's being repaid for what you did. It's the fact that this is money that you were supposed to give and you never did. So now that it's coming through, it goes to the person, it goes to the mom because she made all the payments for everything.
She's supposed to. Or the dad, whoever has a child, you're going to take care of your kid.
But if the dad doesn't, I get that. She is supposed to.
Right.
So when the money comes, that the other money that was supposed to come, why isn't it?
Who's it for? Does it say mom support? I didn't see it say mom support. I didn't see it play mom repayment support. I see it saying child support. So
I think the age is what's getting to me. I think the age is what's getting to me with this because again, he's been raised fully, college tuition, whatever.
Are your kids your children still? Are your kids still your children?
Unfortunately,
yeah. So I mean, your child is your child, independent.
Yes, my point is, again, he's a young man, right?
Right.
So again, what about all those financial sacrifices? This mom, of course, she's going to do her part. She's going to raise her kid. I would do.
Right, you have to. So
but give me my money.
What money? You get paid to take care of your kid?
No, but where's your part? Where's the dad's part?
Listen, he's giving his part now, which is great. So now this kid has his money going forth. Right. So not only did he get taken care of, like I said, you did your part to 24. Now from 24 on, now dad is doing his part. That's the kid's money. It's child support. Right. So either way, it's going to support him. Now he's older. Now,
so does that mean I get to not do anything else for the next 24 years because he got the money from dad?
So again, if we want to be petty and say we ain't gonna do nothing, go right ahead.
That's not petty.
How is that petty?
That's not petty.
If you say you're gonna stop taking care of your kid because they got money now,
you're a grown man.
I'm always gonna take care of mine. I don't care what happens.
You're a grown.
I don't care if my daughter is grown,
at that point.
I'm gonna take care of her. I'm going to try to help her out if she needs something. I'm going to be there. I'm not going to ever not be there because of anything. So if you want to say I can take a step back because now you have this from your dad. I think that's, to me, is kind of petty because I don't care what my child is going through or they have. I'm going to be there. Never going to.
And usually at this point, as a parent, at the age that he is now, you're stepping back anyway because they're going out on their own and making their own way. They're making their own money. 28
is what they said now. The kids are leaving the home, right? They said their brains aren't even mature. So kids are actually even staying home later. So like 28. 29 kids are still in the home sometimes. That money be allocated in an asset for a 24-year-old child. Right. We can do that too. Like, I mean, but it's something to benefit the child. It's for the child. I don't think it's for the mom or the dad. It could be either one. I'm not saying mom, whatever single parent it is. I think that it would go to the child. And that's just what I believe. I'm not saying
can we do both? Can we do both? Can I get paid back for college tuitions? Give me 100 and I'll give you the 63. But
yeah, I'm gonna pay you for being a parent. No,
you're not. I'm not asking to be paid for being a parent.
You literally just said, "Can I get paid?"
No, I'm not. I need the college tuition back.
Get paid back.
I need my college money back because if you would have helped with college, I wouldn't have had to give up maybe buying myself a car to get to work.
Sorry, you had to put your kid through college. Your kid. I'm sorry, you had to put your kid through college. Now, what I would do, what I would hope would happen then in that case. If you raise your kid pretty right and they like you, maybe they'll say, "Hey, mom."
And they like me.
Yeah. So, like, I'm just saying.
Well, then I ain't getting nothing back. So,
So maybe I would say in that case, maybe I would hope the child would say, you know what,
nah,
I want to give you something, mom, for taking care of me.
not my greedy child.
Right. Your kids would.
My
I would
one
hope that
kid
would
might, the other one no. So.
Hey, this is live, right? This is recorded. They're gonna see this. So for me, I hope in that case, maybe I would say maybe the kid would get back. Like, hey, mom, here, or here, dad, you took care of me. Here's X amount of dollars, right? That's what I would hope would happen. But I still would think it would be their decision for me. And I definitely hear what you guys are saying, and I get repaying a parent back for being a parent. I get it.
Stop saying that.
Nobody is saying that. No one is saying that, but
yeah.
them. No one's saying
even
that.
as adults, don't we kind of do that as we grow older? Pay our parents back for the job that they did for us.
Thank you.
We look out for them.
Right, Leanne. I think that if like I said, that's what I said. I would give the kid the money and hope that they would say, hey, like you said, oh, mom, you pay for college. Here's $20,000. You know what I mean? But then at least that's the kid doing it.
What
The
college
kid
they
is
go
making
to for $20,000?
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Well, Ruth said 12. I had another 8 on there. Ruth said 12.
I said, give me 100 for that at least. I didn't say
Yes.
So this kid ain't got no money, so mom's gonna be out here balling out of control. I get it. So
I hear you.
I see it, but I would just rather since give it to the child, and if the child wanted to give back, cool. And then I mean not and give it to them with some type of trying to help them to use it. Like I said, if you put it in, maybe if they want to put it in do something with it. But I mean, I think it's up to the child for the most part because it's child support.
I'm curious though. Any lawyers on here? What's the law? When back child support is paid, who does it go to? Help us out.
Child support is going to go to. It's always going to
just let us know.
Child support is going to go to the mother's name, so it's going to go to her, right? And that's why people complain now because like mom can technically do what she wants with it, or dad can technically do what he wants with it.
I mean, I know now, but I'm talking about in this scenario. What would happen?
It still goes back to the case is in the mother's name. It don't ever go to the child's name. It'll go to mom. That's why I said it would go. The check would be cut to the mother. Or whoever had the child at that time. Mm-hmm. It could be the father too. It would go to that person, and then they allocate the money. Because remember, even back child support, the case is still in that person's name, right? Mm-hmm. The case is still independent of how old the child is. The case is still in the mother's name. So basically, they're filling that. Whatever.
And why was it in their name in the first place? Because the money was intended to give to the mother so that she can
take care of the child. Absolutely right. Yes.
Right.
Give to the mother to take care of the child.
So
the child wasn't old enough.
So when it's come due,
the child
it's not to give to the child. It's to help It's help to raise the child. No.
It's for the child, correct? That's all I want to know. It's for the child.
It's to raise the child.
To raise the child. There's a difference.
So it's not for the child then. So there's giving you money.
It's to raise the child. You're saying for the child. Like
I don't even understand why he's not listening to her.
I'm confused. It's not for.
I reiterated it. I repeated it. It is to raise the child.
Okay.
Right
to raise who? To raise who?
The child.
To raise the child.
To meet the child's needs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So whose
needs have been met?
All right, wait a minute.
Been met.
Right. That's the point. That's the point I was going to make.
They've been met. Thank you.
The needs have been met.
Yes.
They have. Right. She has to meet them.
They have been met.
The child has to be. And the money is still for the child's needs.
No.
And I know I feel the same way about child support when you're a child. When you're a child and your mother is actively getting child support, she should not be getting her hair and her nails done with it. It should go strictly to the kid. But we are talking about when this person is grown, the rearing has been done, and now a check comes.
Kids, I'm taking this money.
No.
You know
what? Wow, this is incredible. Hey, dang.
Remember, we're going to give our kids some. You keep saying that.
Thank you so much for giving me money. That's mine.
No, you better hope I like him, just like you said. If he like, you better hope I'm in good standing with you.
Obviously, with the way they're thinking, they probably won't. Thank you so
And
much.
you
for
know
giving me
they'll be
something.
getting some of the money anyway because, like you said, a parent's job is never done.
It's never done.
Thank you for giving me money that's for me. I appreciate it. For giving me some of the money that's for me.
Yes,
Not,
because he'll
not
still
for me
be ready.
now. It's not for me now because you had bills to pay back. I get it.
No, you're not gonna go have a big party. No, it's not for you now.
Oh, because you don't want to have a big party. Got it.
Whatever. I'm
It's
just
coming
saying.
out. Thanks, Ruth. It's coming out.
You're welcome.
See what it is. See, this is what happens. Money separates a lot of families. I see. Money is the root of all evil. You see that? 163,000 turn a mother gets a child. Hey, I got $10 for you because I done paid all this over time.
I just bought my 28-year-old something and dropped it off to him today. So let's not go there.
Out of his
Let's
money.
not go there.
Hey, I'm gonna buy you something out of your money.
You hit a mother nerve. Let's not go there.
Hey, son, I'm gonna buy you something out of the money that was for you. Huh? So you can do what you're supposed to do. Okay.
It's never done. Never done.
I get it. Some parents want to come up off their kids. I get it.
Never stop.
Definitely get it.
Just stop.
Hey, babe, we hit the lottery. Hey, that child support money finally came through.
Yeah. You can have that man cave finally because we sacrificed it for 25
There you go.
years.
You're gonna buy your stepdad
Let's get it straight.
car
Yes.
with his son's child support. Okay. That makes sense too, right?
I'm done, Doc. Where you at?
I'm done. Done. How about you, Leanne?
I'm over it.
I can't believe these women want to just come up off their son like this.
All right. We all agreed on that one, Daryl. So that one's done. We beat that one down. That's done.
I get it.
Lordy.
That's
Mm-mm-mm.
We are done.
Heck, I want money back from him now as an adult. I don't have anything to do with
See what
child
this really.
support.
Hey, pay attention. We see what this is really about. We see what it's really about.
I want my money back now.
They want to be paid to be parents.
Yes, I do.
Listen, I like Ruth. At least she's being honest
I'm
about
being honest. I want my money back. Yes.
it.
We did a lot of sacrificing, as did others, I'm sure, Doc. Give me my money.
Leanne said the kid ain't got a shot, huh?
Leanne, I'm liking your answers more and more. No beard, no none of that. That's fine. I'm loving what she's saying.
If you don't stop it, this is ridiculous. And the last one I want to talk about is why men don't post their girlfriends.
Oh my gosh.
Now he's going to end on that note.
Yeah, because do we have to? Is that a prerequisite? I just need to know.
No, it's not. It's not.
I see a lot of times men in pictures and they look forced. They're forced. They look like they were forced to be in the picture.
Are you speaking about someone in particular?
He is throwing digs again. Saying I forced my husband to be in a picture and to cut his hair. That's horrible.
You be smiling like. What do you think, Leanne? You need pictures?
I don't need pictures personally.
Mhm.
But if you post everything else, why not?
So
Every once in the blue.
Okay. I could. I wouldn't be mad at that, right? If you say everyone, because if I'm posting something, it's usually important to me.
And what I'm saying is, I'm not asking you to post me.
No, that's what I said. I agree with what you're saying. Like if you, if every now and then you did it, cool, because you're posting things you want to post. It's cool, but it's not like a prerequisite. Like you're like, well, I ain't seen you post this. Why don't you post me? That's why I don't post you.
That's why.
Don't even know how long you're gonna be here.
That's why I don't post you.
Right. So I don't know. How about you, Doc? Is posting a thing?
You see how much I'm on social media. Very rarely. I might go days and forget to post. That's why I can't build a following.
Right.
They be like, where'd she go? She posted like 3 days straight. Now we haven't seen her.
Right. Have you seen her?
Yes.
And
I
Rufus, how about
can't
you?
keep up.
How much do
And
you
you
force
know not
people
to
a
ask
picture?
me because I love posting. It is fun. I enjoy it. And I know you're referring to my husband's like on the side, but he doesn't mind. I actually, and he can post me if he wants or not. We actually have a marriage page where we put more of our couples things on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, marriage, Lee's teas. I'll have to put that out there for you guys. But
That's cute.
yeah, so that's more appropriate. You know, we put a
Bruce,
lot.
I have to ask you a question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Do you get tired of posting? You got 19
Nope.
pages.
Nope. I love it. I
and
love it. It's fun.
Just find a way to post. Lee's teas.
Yeah.
We're gonna work out today in the backyard in the tent. Photo shoot.
You asked me, right? He doesn't
Yeah,
have to post me, but I like posting, like Leanne was saying.
Right.
I post a lot of, fun things in my life, and things that matter to me. My husband matters to me, so I post them.
Mhm.
So much so that he doesn't post like that, and people see him on the street and they go, "You're Bruce's husband." He's like, "Where do I know you from?" Because I post. So yeah, we're okay with that. It depends on the couple. Again.
Yeah, I'm not really a big poster myself either. Like I said, so I know I run into that sometimes. Like, why don't you want to post me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't. It's not really something.
I don't think I've ever posted my husband on Instagram, and that's because my Instagram is public.
Yeah.
So I don't put my family and too much of my business.
You gotta put her on the privacy thing with that.
Yes. Now I post them on Facebook, but even I don't post them a lot on there either. Usually special occasion we're doing something.
You're traveling, right?
So, and that's more me. It'd be more organic if something happened, then I would post. But I'm not just stop and take a picture everywhere we go. Like, let's stop, take a picture at McDonald's. Me and babe at McDonald's.
How come every time he talk about something he don't do, he try to make it sound stupid?
Exactly, with the voice.
Exactly.
Yes,
sounds childish to me.
Leanne, so you taking pictures every second of the way?
Well, absolutely not.
Exactly. Please don't jump on that bandwagon. Okay, your team over here. We ain't trying to take pictures. I do think it's silly. I do think it's silly because people don't live in the moment, and I think people even lie through these pictures sometimes, act like they have a better relationship than they do. They want to act like their relationship is so great, and it's really not. Like, you're lying for what? Like,
and people say that. I have a problem with that too, Daryl, because some people just enjoy it and they just, want to celebrate their love, and I hear that a lot. Like, why do you have to post it if that's what you want to do and your mate is okay with it? So be it.
No, I'm not saying. See, not necessarily saying you, but I'm saying some people do.
I hear that a lot too.
Yeah, people try to act like they're doing more than they do, or they're like living a life through the pictures that's not real. Like, they'll take a picture and not even be there. They'll act like they're doing something. And they drove by the place and took a picture. Like, we out here out front living it, and they ain't right. So that's again what we talked about earlier with social media, where sometimes you can lie through social media. So I'm not really big on taking pictures. If something happens and it organically we organically take a picture that I'm not ducking or hiding in.
People have other reasons for it too, Daryl. Let's say that, for not doing it.
Yeah. My friend said
the reasons for not.
He said he makes faces every time a girl tries to take a picture of him. He make a weird face, like, so she can't post it.
Some people have to safeguard what they have.
Well,
listen, you don't want
it anyway.
Right?
Yeah. Well, then you out here looking crazy with the weird face person next to you.
Post them. That's right.
Well, again, I think that posting comes in due time. Sometimes I think we rush it because people want to be official, Facebook official, Instagram official. That to me is a problem too. Don't try to, I don't. That's not a barometer for me of how the relationship is going.
Wondering why you not posting them anymore because the relationship done broke up.
Right.
Now you got a new king up there with you. You know what I mean? So, all right. So let's get out of here. Any last words? That's the last words.
Yeah.
That was
This
last.
is what it is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. As always, we thank everyone for joining us today. Listen, we are going to post shortly about the game show, so we're looking for couples to do like a newlywed type game. It don't have to be boyfriend girlfriend. Be friends who know each other. How we relate to each other, as long as you know the other person and you kind of answer some questions. We definitely want you guys, hit any of our inboxes, say you're interested. We have a couple new projects coming out as well, so look for the rollout of that. Please go to our Nothing But Answers YouTube. Please just hit a like, a share, subscribe. Just help us out. Help us build it. Build the algorithm so we can get this to more people. Come on, guys. And we love the participation you guys do in the group on the Facebook group. But could you please transfer it to the YouTube group as well? We would love it. Am I forgetting something, Leanne? I think I'm forgetting something.
No. Bye.
That was I'm over it.
Yeah,
This is why-
it's
this
time to
why-
go, all right?
Listen, I thought I was
Almost 2
forgetting
hours.
something.
Let's get out of here.
Listen, I thought it was something I can't remember. They just want to go. This is what I'm talking about. This is a tough Friday. Usually they
Yeah, I want to go do pictures and selfies. Come on.
we gotta do some pictures. Hey, so look, hey, thank you guys for joining us. We loved it. We'll be back next week. If you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, please inbox some of us so we can definitely discuss some of the topics you guys want to touch. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good weekend.